Hi, I'm Amy Kelly. Welcome to my garden. I have got a fantastic little project for you today. It's quick, it's easy, you can use whatever you have lying around. It's fabulous for wildlife and it looks really nice in the garden. We are going to be making an insect hotel, sometimes called a bug hotel. This is a place for all those wonderful beneficial insects like solitary bees to come and make their homes, and it looks really pretty as well. Please do like and subscribe to the channel because I've got lots more to show you, but right now let's get stuck into our insect hotels. Insect hotels come in all different shapes and sizes. For a really quick, easy project, you can use something as small as a little terracotta plant pot, and then some bits and pieces that you forage from around the garden or the countryside. This can be pine cones, hollow stems, bits of old garden cane, bits of wood. We've got a little old house brick that was found there, old bits of cardboard, any bits and pieces that are going to provide little hidey holes for insects, and especially anything that's like a hollow tube, because that is the preferred place for solitary bees to come and lay their eggs. So for a really easy, quick project, a small old terracotta plant pot like this, we've got some dried bits of grass from the garden, pop those in there, a few pine cones, and a bit of cardboard. The little corrugated sections in the cardboard are the perfect hidey hole for little insects. Now, there's lots of reasons that you want to bring insects into your garden. Many of them are valuable pollinators. Honeybees get all the headlines, but so many other insects are essential for pollinating our wonderful fruits and flowers. Little small creepy crawlies are part of the food chain. So if you want to have beautiful birds in your garden and bats flying around in the evening, they need something to feed on. So all those little creepy crawly insects that are going to love this cardboard are really important in that food chain and will help to keep all of those lovely birds and other animals happy and healthy. So all you need to do is get a little strip of cardboard and roll it up, making plenty of lovely hidey holes. We'll just pop that in there as well. I think we've got room for another one. You really can make an insect hotel out of absolutely anything that you have lying around. So that cute little insect hotel that we've built in moments really can just tuck away in the garden, and all of your wonderful little insects are going to crawl in there and have a fantastic time. Wouldn't that be a great little project to do with kids? Think of all the fun they'd have foraging for the bits and pieces to go in there. You can use absolutely whatever you've got lying around to make a beautiful little insect hotel. This is a box that I think some olive oil or something was given to me as a gift, and it is going to make a beautiful little insect hotel. When it's finished, this is going to be mounted up on a nice sunny wall, and it's going to encourage all of those lovely little solitary bees and other flying insects to come and make their nests in it. Now, if you're worried about bringing bees and wasps close to your home, please don't be. Many of these don't even have stings. They're nothing like the big colonies of bees and wasps that really can be dangerous and we don't really want around our homes. These are friendly little singular insects. Even if you get 3 or 4 or 5 different bees coming to this block of wood, they'll all be their own little working for themselves bees. They're not coordinated at all. So there's no worries whatsoever with encouraging these beautiful, really beneficial, really important insects to come and share our living spaces with us. The first thing that I want to do is divide the space so that I can have more than one sort of filling in there. So I have raided my scrap wood pile, and I've got a little piece here that I think will fit just about. There you go. Couldn't ask for much better than that. So now I've got space to put a couple of different things in here. Solitary bees go into little holes like this, lay their eggs, put just a tiny bit of honey inside, and then seal the end over. Those little eggs stay inside that tube, that little hollow, until the following spring or summer when they hatch out and the whole cycle repeats again. So to service the most insects possible, you want a variety of different hole sizes. So this is just some garden cane that I've cut up. Got a few different sorts there. You could use hollow stems from any plants that you have, like old dahlia stems or fennel stems. But I happen to have some old garden canes that are a bit broken lying around, so I'm using those. You can just see there, that's the perfect little hole for a happy little bee to go in and lay its eggs. To add a bit of variety to our lovely little box, I have an old lump of wood here left over from goodness only knows what project. I'm going to drill some holes of different sizes into this, and that will be homes for lovely little solitary bees and wasps. I've got some smaller holes drilled. Now I'm going to add some bigger holes as well. All finished, so that's given us a lovely variety of different holes in there, and that's going to look really pretty in the box. The sharp-eyed DIYers among you might have noticed that this is treated timber. Now, if you are buying timber to do this project, of course buy untreated, but the whole point here is don't go out and buy anything. Use whatever you've got to hand. I just raided my pile of offcut scrap bits and pieces that I've never thrown away because I'm sure I would find a use for them one day, and here we are. Over time, whatever paint or chemicals or anything are on your wood is going to deteriorate. The insects are going to make use of it anyway. So the whole point here is that you're upcycling, you're using whatever you've got to hand. Don't get hung up on maybe there's a chemical in it. The insects will be fine. Mother Nature takes care of things. Whatever is in that wood is going to wash away over time, and it's going to be completely safe for them. So I have got my beautiful holes drilled all in the wood, and we're going to add it to our box here now. I think we're going to pop that just in there and fill the gaps at the side with more bits of that broken cane. I really hate throwing anything away, so I love projects like this where you get to use up all those bits and pieces that you've been keeping for years because you're sure that they'll be useful sometime. Well, this is a really great use for them. So that's one side all beautifully filled for the bees and the wasps, and now I'm going to fill the other side. I filled the other side with some pine cones and some moss from the driveway. There are no rules here. Anything that you put in there that's organic, that's going to break down, leaves, anything is going to be beneficial to insects. So the last final finishing step, this is the only part of this project that you might have to buy something from the shop if you haven't got any lying around, is we're just going to use some wire to cover over that and hold it all in place. Just going to cut that roughly to shape there. So you just want to cut your wire roughly to shape. You can use whatever type of mesh or chicken wire you've got lying around. I just happen to have this sort, but whatever you use is absolutely fine. You can even use a few bits of string. If you've got everything wedged in really firmly, you won't even need this step. It's just because I'm using those loose pine cones and I'm going to be popping this up on a wall. I don't want everything to fall out. So optional step depending on the way that you have done your construction. Then it's dead easy. All you need to do is just attach that with a nice staple gun. And there we have our finished 5-star insect hotel. The best place you can put this is on a lovely sun-drenched wall. Those insects like solitary bees will always be attracted to the sunniest wall of the house or a sunny wall in the garden. So that's exactly where this needs to go. This is a gorgeous big insect hotel that I'm partway through making. Now again, this was made from old recovered bits of timber. It was actually an old fence that we didn't need anymore. So we kept all of the wood from that and we've used it to make a number of these beautiful insect hotels, which have been put up at the local rugby club to help encourage more wildlife there. So again, we have got our hidey holes for little small insects that are going to be part of the food chain. There's the little nesting holes for the flying insects. So I'm just adding all of the finishing touches to this to make sure that we are helping as many insects as possible. Some of these old dried up grasses, they're fantastic little hidey spots and they're really good for filling in those awkwardly shaped gaps. I'm going to try and pack it nice and tightly. I am going to be putting the wire mesh on top of this one, but I just want to make sure that we've got as much habitat as we can possibly squeeze in here for as many insects as possible. Oh, we've already got an insect. The little spider's moved in there. That's fantastic. So we are going to be covering this with the mesh, so I'll just get that ready. Just tuck everything in there and we're just looking to have that nice and flush there. Handy old staple gun. And there you have it. So whether you go for big and bold or tiny and perfectly formed, you can make an insect hotel out of virtually whatever you have lying around at whatever scale you like. It is such a wonderful way to give something back to nature. And when they look as pretty as this, why wouldn't you want one in your garden? Today we are officially in autumn, according to the calendar, although it's lovely and sunny at the moment, and by no means is the gardening year over. So make sure that you watch for next week's video, which is going to be all about what you can sow in September or the start of autumn in whatever country you happen to be in. So please make sure you like and subscribe so that you'll see that video next week. And thank you so much for watching.